Welcome back to another video. My name is Abby, and today we're talking about living in the end and core beliefs. Now, if you're new to this channel and you want more videos that are going to be a catalyst for change in your life, go ahead and start right now by hitting that subscribe button. Click that bell. It'll let you know as soon as new videos are released. And if you really want to support this channel, a great and easy way to do so is hit the like button. It really helps spread this information. And one other new additional thing is I am opening up temporarily a one-on-one work with me. So if you've been interested, or if you're interested now about looking into your belief system, getting out of that old paradigm and getting some new energy to make the changes that you want to live a life that you love, go ahead and hit the link below. It's going to take you to a calendar. Pick a time and we will work together. So back to the video, living in the end and core beliefs. Well, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I love etymology. So I wanted to break down, what does a core belief mean, even in the language sense? Well, I was actually really surprised because I didn't realize core literally comes from the Latin word C-O-R, which I would pronounce also as core, but it basically means the heart of something, the center of something. So heart. Okay, so you have the heart of something as your core. And belief, what does a belief mean? Well, in the language sense, the definition of belief is actually the confidence of a person or thing, the confidence in it. It could also be trust, devotion, which I think is a really interesting thing to think about when you think of a core devotion, a heart devotion. The last definition I thought was really interesting and very fitting and potentially can help you see and make the changes in your life is loyalty. So really the thing about it is looking to see right now, what is your heart devoted to? What are you loyal to? Now, a confusing thing I believe that can happen sometimes is somebody thinks, oh, I'm only loyal and devoted to things that bring me benefit or the things that I really want. Actually, in my past, sometimes I thought, man, I wish I was more devoted to something. Well, what I didn't realize is just because I wasn't devoted to something I wanted doesn't mean that I wasn't devoted to something I didn't want. So start to think about that in your life right now. Is there something that you're devoted to or loyal to that's actually taking you away from the life that you want to live? Another way to kind of take this and utilize it for the maximum benefit you can get from it is maybe use my examples. So in my past, I've been in a lot of unsuccessful and very dramatic relationships. Well, one of the things I didn't understand was what was actually going on. I thought, man, I really wanted to be in a healthy and loving relationship, and I kept finding all these people, all these situations where these people were really mean to me or they were really rejecting. I've talked in my other videos about ultimately I had to see that I was rejecting myself, but that's for another time, and you can go back on those videos and watch those. But what I didn't see is when I would go to friends, when I would go to people that I trusted, and I'd be like, oh man, this person is doing X, Y, Z. Having this negative, unwanted situation, but what I didn't understand is I was actually getting something from it. I was basically playing a victim and saying, oh man, this person's being so mean to me. I was devoting myself to the dynamic that when I'm a victim, I can get special attention from friends or family. They'll say, oh man, Abby, it really sucks. Like that's not fair. That person shouldn't treat you like that. It made me feel better. So I was getting this attention from them, this validation in my head, and basically the support that I didn't feel I had. So me being devoted to finding people who didn't work to set up the situation where I'd be a victim so that it would set up the situation where I'd get support and attention from my friends and family so people would maybe feel sorry for me. I was devoted to that. I was actually loyal to that in my core belief, thinking, oh, okay, I actually am not worthy. People are going to treat me really bad. Like I can't find a really healthy and loving relationship. No one really appreciates me. And in fact, that was that core belief coming out. No one appreciates me. So I'd go to my friends, try to get a second-hand appreciation. This person didn't appreciate me. I'm going to go through all this. I'm going to be devoted to it. Will you appreciate me? not realizing that entire time I was self-rejecting and I wasn't appreciating myself, or I wouldn't have even gotten the situation to begin with. However, I am appreciative that it happened because it opened my eyes to things that I was blind to, that I couldn't see before. And now it's made me more attentive and aware of my own value so that I can value myself and see it reflected back to me in the world. So realize that whatever your core belief is right now, even if it's taking you away from the life you want to live, there's probably something that you're getting out of it, because those core beliefs are basically trying to keep you safe. They're trying to get you to get your needs met. At the end of the day, as a human being, we are all trying to get our needs met. However, some of us, most of us, have unhealthy ways to do that. And that doesn't make you wrong or bad or anything like that. It means that you have a coping mechanism. And as you uncover more of your behavior and become a witness and a detective to yourself to see who are you being on a consistent basis, how are you navigating in the world, and really, what do you ultimately believe to be true about yourself? What are you devoted to? What is the heart of that loyalty? If it's that you're unworthy and you go out and you unconsciously are finding situations that are going to reflect that back to you, you are getting a need met, and potentially like I was, where I'm getting the attention and support from people because I wanted to be appreciated, but it's in a very unhealthy way because it was causing me pain. And then because I had the pain, then I can go and get the thing I want. So realize right now you are devoted and you are loyal to something. Start to unravel what it is. If it's about relationships, do you believe that you're worthy? Do you value yourself as someone who is valuable and that deserves and is capable of having a partner, not settling for somebody and not being blown away that somebody actually wants to be in a relationship with you? I say that because that's where I had been coming from and spent so much of my early life thinking that way. If it's about amount of money, do you believe that you deserve that amount of money? Are you finding situations that basically victimize you or put you in a lower position so that you can get the attention that you want? Are you wanting the money so that you get attention and recognition and feel appreciated? There's all sorts of things that are under that outward desire and goal and dream. So if you can start to unravel it, see the core beliefs that are keeping you from it, seeing that you're devoted right now to a core belief, then you can start to unhook from that and move forward. So what does that have to do with living in the end? Living in the end, what does that mean? It means that if you have a desire to be in the relationship, or you have a desire to make $100,000 a year, what you do is you think from that version of you, not of that version of you. You don't think of right now you watching the video. You think of you already having that amount of money, already having that house, already having that relationship. And you start moving in the world as that person. That version of you is going to have thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that are in alignment with the life that you're living. When you start to be that person in the end, now, you basically bridge those two together because you are it now. How you think, how you act, and how you feel is basically your personality. Your personality creates your personal reality, as Dr. Joe says. We know how you think and how you feel create your state of being, and electromagnetically, basically that is the same as a radio station. You're going to tune in to the $100,000 a year you, the $50,000 a year, the $30,000, the $10,000, the $1 million. They're all states of being. They're all thoughts and feelings. And where do those thoughts and feelings originate? They're fueled by your core beliefs. What is the heart of your loyalty? What are you being devoted to? Are you being devoted to the end version of you that ends up with nothing and just proves, basically you go through the confirmation bias. See, look, I knew I wasn't good enough. Look, see, that person rejected me. I knew that I wasn't lovable. Are you going to be devoted, and at the heart of that loyalty and that heart of that devotion is that fuel that you are good enough? When you start valuing yourself, others have no choice but to value you, because when you see somebody else not valuing you, you automatically shift away from that because it's not on your frequency. It's off course. So electromagnetically, you won't actually be able to interact, because just the same, if you've ever used a radio, you basically can be on one station or another. Sometimes it gets a little blurry, but basically you'll end up going to one or the other. So that's essentially what you're looking to do. You're looking to live in the end version of you now. What is that you who wakes up next to your dream partner, your soulmate, the love of your life? What do they think and feel? How do they navigate in the world? What clothes do they wear? What thoughts do they have? What words do they use? How do they treat other people? How do they treat themselves? How do you treat yourself when you have $100,000 a year? How do you treat yourself when you're in the relationship that you've wanted your entire life? How do you navigate the world? Living in the in, thinking from that version of you now, being that now, will be on the foundation of your core beliefs. So looking to see what it is that you actually believe, being a detective and investigating those deep thoughts, because you think between 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. Most of those thoughts are the same ones of yesterday. If you continue to think and feel the same as yesterday, the same state of being is going to continue eternally until you breathe your last breath. That is what we know, because how you think and how you feel is your state of being. Only when you start to recognize what you're thinking and what you're feeling and really what's fueling that, will you begin to then say, oh, okay, I'm actually having a lot of thoughts that I'm not worthy. Why is that? When did I first feel unworthy? Was there a parent, a guardian, a teacher, maybe even a peer when you were little who said something and you reasoned on it that you weren't worthy, that you weren't valuable? What you do is you go back as an adult now, look at that situation and realize what was going on. Potentially, maybe if it was a classmate, they were jealous of you. Maybe it was a sibling, they were jealous of you. Maybe your parent had a bad day. Maybe they were raised by someone who was very critical. Realize it was not a reflection of your value. It was a reflection of the value that that person gave you of themselves. So as you cut that tie and you realize, oh, shoot, my bad. I thought that was about me, and this whole time it was about them. I'm going to give that belief back to them. I'm actually going to think, what am I capable? What do I deserve? Who am I? How can I move through this world as uniquely me without all the limitations of the people around you? Because you are a sponge when you're little. And if you don't look and see what beliefs you formed, you will live your life as an adult based on the beliefs you formed as a child. Most people do it in this world, and that's why a lot of people are living a life they don't love. You deserve, everyone on earth deserves the life that they want to live, the dreams that live inside them. They deserve to have those dreams living outside, aloud. So you got to ask yourself, what are you devoted and being loyal to? What is at the heart of the way that you see yourself? As you change the way you see yourself, the way you see the world will automatically and instantly change. You deserve to have that. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. Like this video, and I'll see you on the next one.